Never again. All right, what we got?
Matt, you talked about how invaluable these were. What do how much are you getting out of this? How much did it help?
No, I mean a ton. I mean, we're able to evaluate what we're doing. We're able to evaluate the players. More importantly, the players are getting a chance to spend time around each other, getting to spend time in our scheme. And, you know, as coaches, this is practice for us. Like all the 2-minute situations, reacting to them. Like, will we clock it here? Will we do this? Here we go back. We have a real serious debrief on how it went. So, again, I don't know how we did it without it last year, to be quite honest.
Just having Robbie back out there.
Yeah, it's great to have Robbie here. I mean, Robbie's a guy that brings energy to the practice field. He's in great shape. You can tell he's been working hard. So, but glad he's here.
He was not in a lot of teamwork, just sort of easing him back in slowly.
I think we had like a goal, like 3 to 4 reps every team drill, and I think DJ's goal was like 2 to 3 reps. We have a couple tryout guys, one tryout guy, I think. So, I'm not going to over rep anybody. We kind of know those guys are established starters. This is a great opportunity this week. I've kind of taken the approach this week, like, hey, let's really give some of those other guys a chance to show what they can do, and as we make our evaluations heading into training camp.
Anyone stand out today from?
Well, I thought the defense stood out, but again, it's kind of hard. The offensive line can't really block, and we tip them balls because they can't pull them down and all those things. So we're trying to, obviously not have a lot of contact. So, but I think anytime we pick balls off, it's great. But I couldn't single any one person out, to be honest with you. I spent my whole time, as kind of running around.
How would you evaluate Sam's day if you can?
I thought he did good things. I thought, I had to go back and always watch the protection issues because there were some times where guys came free. So you have to go back and say, was that him? Was it the line? But was it a receiver? Sometimes it's a tailback not coming back and picking up his protection. So, but I thought Sam did a nice job. Completed balls in the 2-minute. I don't want him to have great days, to be honest with you, right now, because it means we're not making things hard enough for him. I want him to have, good days and just steady progress. And to me, good days will lead to great days someday.
So the tip balls is just a symptom of just the limitations you have right now with the line play?
Yeah, I went into I was complaining to the offense about how many tip balls they have, and even Johnny said to me, he's like, Coach, when I feel that in the game, I pull the guy down. I can't pull him down right now, or else he'll snap. So, so Johnny helped me, So, so anyway, yeah, I mean, there's I think 2 balls in the end zone were drops by the receivers, So obviously never happy about that. There's no issue with that. But the tip balls by the D-line, that's a good sign for the defense, and hopefully offensively when we have pads on, it's a little harder for them.
Coach, not a lot of contact today on the offensive line. Have you seen anything stand out from Taylor Moton? How's he standing out? How's he important?
Taylor's consummate pro, everything we want in a player, and I think he's working on varying the amount of sets that he has, and adding tools to his toolbox. So not a ton of reps for him today, but a lot of good individual work for him today, and some team reps. So I see him, just getting better and better and better.
Yeah, and then how important is he for the future of the team?
We're worried about right now, man. He's a valuable part of who we are right now, and I look forward to him having a great year.
What have you seen from J.C. Horn so far, and how is he developing?
Yeah, J.C. first day back today, looked like he needed to kind of get his wind back a little bit. So I think tomorrow will be good to see what he does.
In terms of Dennis Daly last year, obviously missed a lot of time. He's somebody that you guys can play in and out like today. What have you seen from him since he's been back with you guys, and what do you like about him in that spot?
Dennis is really talented. He can play guard, he can play tackle. Just got to keep him healthy. That was his issue kind of heading into this, and he's been healthy all camp, having a good camp. So came back, had a really good offseason, came back and really strong and in good shape. So I think one of the things we've had to do is try to find, like, hey, what is he? What position is he best? Because he could do so much, but you don't want to leave him robbed of having the chance to settle in at one position. So hopefully as we move forward, we're still trying to identify, to be honest, what that is, what our best 5 is. But hopefully we can get them set moving forward.
Matt, you got some guys come back from injury today, too, at least. Are all the guys in red, your understanding, be good for Spartan?
Yep. I'm just trying to think if there's anybody that, maybe not Troy early on. He might be a little bit longer, but I think everyone else will be ready for the first day of training camp.
Are you able to say what Troy has?
No. I'm trying not to say those things, so I hope you understand.
That's fine. Hey, you brought in a kicker.
Yeah.
Whether it's him or someone else, do you think you'll have a second kicker that Walton?
I don't know. I really don't know. I think, what we try to do is just bring guys in so we have a great list of, hey, who's out there, that we can evaluate. We feel very confident in Joey. I think he's come really far. He's done a lot of work. He's done a lot of work just to get himself to where he's in, the same guy every kick, and he's in a great rhythm. He's mastering his process. So I feel really good about where he's at. That being said, if we had someone that we thought would be legitimate competition, we would definitely consider that. So I think we're just trying to get a feel for who's out there and then how they compare, when you see them live.
When you said he was using a sports psychologist, is that something you guys suggested, or is it on his
Well,
own?
we have Dr. Joanne Perry. She's fantastic, and she's here. She's a resource to all the players. If you ask me, I think every player and coach should use sports psychologists. We get in the worlds of like mindfulness and meditation and visual imagery and all those things and self-talk. Like the best players in the world at every sport use them. So for all of us, I think it's great. I mean, I use my like little Headspace app, every day. Just trying to keep myself a calmer person. So. I would recommend it to anyone. I think Joey, it just depends on, are you going to make it part of your everyday routine? I think Joey has probably made a commitment to that.
When you bring in a guy like Linton Dix, when he's only here for a couple of days, how hard is it to evaluate, and what are you evaluating when you have a guy like that his first short amount of time?
Just skill set, where they are, and how they compare to the rest of the guys. Just how they move, where they are, in terms of that physical movement, and then comparing them to everybody else.
You mentioned trying to figure out the best five for the offensive line. What is that process like at this point in like going into training camp? Like how open is that five to you right now, and what are you kind of looking to get that group?
Yeah, I think it's going to be into training camp. I think it's going to take some time in training camp. So I don't think we know right now. I think we have, we're trying to build 7 guys we feel like can play, so we have some depth. And Cam's out right now. He should be ready for camp. So I think we're waiting until then.
Matt, Taylor's, I guess, who you consider your best offensive lineman. Is there any thought to moving him to left tackle, or is he just better off right now?
I think that's it's just really hard because he's just such a dominant right tackle, a really good player there to say, hey, let's move him. I think, he's been messing around with it here and there. And I think if he ever feels like really comfortable to do it, you would consider doing it. Like I said last week, the difference between left tackle and right tackle to me in the NFL is not what it once was. I mean, a lot of great rushers are rushing from the right side. So, he's valuable where he's at. And we'll just have to kind of wait and see,
Understanding this is probably more of a Scott question, but do you get a sense that you guys will be able to get something done with Taylor prior to the season?
Yeah, Scott handles all that. Him and Samir. I try to be very intentional about not getting involved in any of that stuff because I want the players to see me as the coach and let Scott and those guys handle the money and all that.
Curious for you what it's like now that you've had some practices with Hassan back out here coaching him again. What's that experience like?
Oh, well, he's so mature and serious about football. It's great to see that. I knew a lot of these guys when they were 21, 22, and now I see them, they're 26, 27, 28. It's good to see. And I just think he's going to bring a lot to our defense. His ability to rush and play linebacker as well is kind of what we're looking for.
Robbie, he had his best year last year. Where do you hope he can step up even more this year?
Yeah, I think just Robbie, all of us, as we, really truly, kind of master who we are and what we're becoming. I want to see him be someone that's really disciplined in route running, and we all know he's an explosive playmaker. He's a tough guy. He catches the ball across the middle. I'm hoping we can add some vertical element, to his game because him and Sam had that when they were in New York, and then just becoming really disciplined about the details, of winning, playing, and play out, which is what we're trying to do at every position right now.
Matt, what's the most important thing you want to accomplish in these 3 days before training?
Tomorrow we'll do a lot of situational stuff, and then Thursday we're just going to run, let the guys go. So really tomorrow is kind of like a culmination of all these different situational things that we've done all OTAs, bringing them all together and seeing where seeing how we react to the situations, coaches and players. And as much as anything, I just think we've had such a great turnout all along that this isn't like a true hey, up the ante, minicamp. It's pretty much what we've been doing. So I'm happy that the guys put the time in on that.
How big of a battle is it right now at slot, especially just because of the fact that you've been mixing in a lot of different guys in those spots, especially, even when you get Christian into the mix as well?
Yeah, I think, I think the receiver position, we obviously know we have DJ and Robbie who are 2 great players, and then we have a lot of guys we have confidence in, but who's going to be that third receiver? Who's going to be that? And then really the 4 and 5. There's a lot of great competition, and, having guys move around, to me, that's one of the keys to Joe's offense, and our offense here is having guys who can move in and out, inside, outside, have a lot of versatility. So, these days are good. Now we can move some of the outside guys, play them a little more inside now that Robbie's here. So getting Terrace going, I think is big as well. Once he's doing a little bit more in Indy. So just trying to put a lot of guys out there and see who really kind of makes the leap heading into training camp. Thanks, guys. Good to see you. Yes, Thursday. I don't have this time in front of me. Oh yeah, Thursday we're just running what will be the conditioning test in the fall. We're just running that so that everybody knows what it is, and everyone can feel good about themselves heading into summer.
Yeah. Is that partly too just because of what you said about already having gotten a lot of work done?
Honestly, I try to pay attention to what good so a couple guys said their experience around some great coaches had done it this way, and I thought it was a great idea. And I feel like we don't have to rush. We've gotten so much work in. So to me, it was what we were going to do last year. It was our plan going in. Hey, 2 days of practice and then 1 day of just running. Hey, here's a conditioning test. Come back, be in shape, be ready for the heat down in Spartanburg. So it's calculated because we planned on doing it last year, taken from some other guys. But at the same time, I feel very confident doing it. Like I don't need to rush and try to get another practice in. So. Thanks, y'all. Good to see everybody. Yeah, good to see you guys.